So that was our 2015 hiking trip. I only did one big video, but the 2016 hiking trip, I made a whole web series out of it. And some of my favourite videos.
It was fun. Because you recorded more, didn't you?
Yeah, I recorded them all, yeah. I kind of had more of an idea of what it was going to be like, so I could shoot better. So let's take a look at those.
Is this where you almost hit an animal?
No.
Was that not you?
That was completely fake, but it worked so well.
This was after the
yes,
cooking.
This was after the cooking.
The cooking.
The giant cooking, yeah.
To get the right food. So here we are, this is the first night.
Oh, this was the
same
place.
We all know it's like
We're at base camp.
Let's ruin every shot he does.
No, we have to make I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not going to ruin it.
Right.
Wait, actually, we have to make it serious. We need to do.
I love this hand that just comes out and grabs your head.
Yeah.
Day one was the wet day, and it's the awkward kind of paradox of it's cold outside, but because you're doing so much walking, you've got such a heavy bag on, you get really warm.
So we're constantly taking jackets off.
As I was saying.
Well, the wind turbine farm. I don't think I've ever been this close to a wind turbine.
It was cool to get up and close to one of them.
Yeah, because you just massive.
And they're loud.
So it's going quite a bit, quite cool. Alright, so we're pretty wet now. And,
You get in the
quite
background.
windy. But
this is still like, even though this was the worst weather, it was still arguably my favourite moment. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
That one, because of going through the wind turbines, wet. It was, I don't know, something about it.
And then that was it for rain, pretty much. But then the sun became an enemy because we got seriously sunburned. Completely
Going up to that big hill.
Yeah.
Alright then, lunch has been had. How many hours left? I don't know.
Probably about 4.5 hours left. Oh my god.
4.5 hours after
No way,
lunch. Like, we'd already done the morning.
You were messing about
This
by
is a
the
wonderful
stream,
shot. I really like this shot.
each other.
Say goodnight, Joe.
They're all little flies.
They were tiny and they were
All
just
over me.
everywhere.
And like one out of every 6 would bite
everywhere.
you.
So,
just
what we're going to do is we're just going to pack them as soon as possible.
And the concern wasn't having them on your clothes, it was when they got on your skin and would bite you.
yeah.
Guys, any thoughts on the morning? Well,
I remember this taking so
I've
long.
been climbing this hill.
Because it was a gradual incline.
Quite
and
a
it
way.
was for ages.
I just don't understand why it
walking
exists. It was in the middle of nowhere.
Where I came face to face with my worst enemy.
My least favourite thing
Very boggy.
is having wet feet.
This was just like muddy water.
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh.
It's so difficult to like go for it, and I didn't
That
have the
face?
confidence.
That is the definition of smug. Look at it.
Everyone
Look at
else
that
had
face.
got over.
We battled
'cause
over streams for
Instead
the
of
next
like jumping
few
like that, I
hours.
literally just like
Each
kind of put my
person
foot down.
finding
Is this the one?
Yeah.
I was
This is the one.
We've all done it successfully. He's done for an ambition jump.
Because I thought as long as I cleared the actual water bit, the other side would be fine.
Go for it. Try it. Didn't even give yourself a little run up. Oh, there he goes.
Wait.
Oh, he's
it looks alright.
He's lost his
Look at his
shoe.
boot.
Episode 2 of Owen falls down and it's funny.
It was so wedged. Took me so long to get it out.
Did you rip the
Yeah,
the
it's slightly
tongue?
tore. Something tore.
Gonna rip the lip off.
Oh, and at least it's not wet. Sometimes in life you just got to do things, and this.
No one thought I'd actually do this.
No.
After a tough day of walking, with my back
How cold
ravished
was
by
that?
my
It was
bags
so
and my
cold. It
arms
was the coldest water I've
covered
ever
by
been
the
in.
sun, I decided to take a little dip.
It
With
really
my friends
was.
offering words of encouragement from the side.
I hope you step on an urchin.
If you want games like that, ladies and gentlemen, don't go
Look
for
at
the
that.
Refreshing moments
Such
of the
an
trip,
idiot.
and maybe
It was
even
fun. Let me pause it there before this ends though. Because most people went to sleep, and while I was just shooting this bit at the end, this white van came towards, obviously we're in the middle of nowhere, and this white van slowly makes its way up kind of the valley towards us. And at first I thought it was just like the teachers and the hiking experts just to come like check on us. And it was coming towards us, and I was like, guys, like everyone was in their tents.
I was like half awake. I just heard you shouting, guys.
There's a white van coming towards us. Like what and everything. And like no one really came out, and just they all stayed in the tents. And then it pulled up along by the reservoir about 100 meters from our campsite, and it was evident that it wasn't the teachers. And two Welsh mid-30s, 40-year-olds guys got out, and I was like, hi? And they're like, oh, hi. And then I said, you know, what are you guys up to? And they were fishing in the reservoir, and they'd just been somewhere else, and they were so proud of what they got. They kind of opened the back doors of their vans and took out this huge fish that they'd got from somewhere else. And they asked me, do you want to buy some fish? And I kind of turned around and looked at the tent and back to them and went, we've just had dinner, so we're okay, thanks. And then they said, oh, we'll just fish in the reservoir for a bit, and if we can't get anything, then we'll leave. And I said, okay, you know, have a good time. Slightly weirded out, because it was such a weird, surreal, unexpected thing.
Because we just hadn't seen anyone.
Middle of nowhere. And everyone was like in their tents, no one came out, as if I was just like the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And they just fished for a bit and then they drove off. But it was so weird. It was such a weird experience. This was probably the trickiest day.
Yes.
Right?
After peaceful. Alright then, we just started day
This was a serious concern of get up the hill before it gets too warm.
Morning.
Yeah.
And so we
This was the warmest.
we summited the hill by about 10-ish, 10, 11.
Standing as if we were on
great.
top of the world.
It's so windy, I remember that. Wonderful wind.
It's like a cold hairdryer just...
Yeah. I tied socks to my to the back of my bag because they were wet,
And
to kind of have them out in the sun to dry. And when we reached a stop, I looked around, put my bag down, and my socks weren't there. I don't know if I told you this. Yeah, and my socks weren't there. So somewhere in the Welsh countryside, there's a pair of my socks that just disappeared off my bag. I've got no clue where they were. Oh, this was so warm. I remember it dripping with sweat.
Should be too bad.
Because there was no wind. Because the trees blocked all the wind.
However, we didn't know it at the time, but some of the most challenging moments of the trip.
The fun. You see like a few of the flies starting to gather. It was
I would have felt more
difficult. Day 4.
You can see the flies.
This was the worst. I thought we were in a horror film because there was so like I've never seen so many flies
You
in
feel
my entire life.
suffocated, uncomfortable.
They were everywhere. That's why I didn't shoot so much because
you'd look at your arm and there would just be like a layer of midges. Look, I've got my face covered up fully.
Some people had like kind of different ways of dealing with that. Jonathan would just use his arms as kind of like bait, like a sacrifice, where he'd have his arms visible, so all the midget would just go in his arms and bite his arms. Meanwhile, us we were just like covering ourselves. Oh, I remember that about Joe. Sorry, I gotta pause it. There was a bit with Joe because Joe had the trousers on that were either shorts or trousers, like you could zip on a little bit. Do you remember this?
He lost a bit below, didn't he?
He lost a bit below, and like was frantically trying to find it while midgets were biting his leg, and then he, in like the rush he was in, he kind of got the zip jammed, so it was half like hanging off his leg, and it was so funny just watching him walk around.
Just like
the midgets like
invading his leg,
eating his leg, and like getting in and then just staying in there. It was so funny. Like little arguments, we had a few spats with each other,
What,
that morning.
that morning.
Over just a whole bunch, like who's carrying the stuff, the packing up,
who let the flies into
who
the
let
tent.
the flies into the tent, which was Dom.
Was it?
I think it was.
Was it?
Okay, no, I would take responsibility for that because it was so warm
in the tent.
It was so warm, and so I opened it.
Me and Joe in the morning
just to get some air.
Why are they everywhere?
And then I think I fell asleep, and leaving it open. Then I woke up again like half an hour and zipped it up, but I think by then it was too late. But I was all in my sleeping bag, but you were like just out in basically just underwear. There was nothing else. You were getting bitten quite badly, but it was fine. Also, trying to go to the toilet when midgets are around is very difficult because you just got to like keep moving to like keep them away. Yeah, that was it. Hoodie on, covering my neck and my scalp because it was sunburnt to hell.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to wear anything underneath it, so
otherwise you'd be too hot.
Yeah, it was pretty dangerous.
Well, very, yeah.
We're now less than about 300 meters away from camp.
I remember that feeling.
It's nice because the final couple of 100 meters.
Road.
Oh, a nice road. And that's that. We've just concluded. We're now setting up our tent.
Feel the relief.
Yeah. And we're done with walking. I'm going to get one word feelings for everybody. Joe, one word feeling. How you feel right now?
I love like homoerotic this looks. Someone looking into each other's eyes.
We can back to you. We decline to provide one.
Basically, could come up with anything.
One word, how do you feel right now? Relief. Relief. And Casimir, last but not least, how are you feeling?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. There we go.
What about you?
That's it over. You know what? Oh, one word, how I'm feeling. I am feeling... I'm feeling thankful.
You and Joe both go, oh.
I was feeling thankful. I was thankful.
Sentimental
You're like, I
montage.
was feeling thankful. I was.
And we'd do it all over again in a heartbeat. But the thing I was most thankful for.
I couldn't do it on my own. You'd have to do it with
People.
Yeah.
And that was definitely hiking. Thanks for watching.
It was so much
weird
fun.
watching that again.
Yeah, like it was one of the things where a lot of it was really miserable, but all in all, it was so much fun.
Yeah, when looking back at it, it's just all great.
Yeah.
Like obviously the flight, the midges were.
Yeah,
No.
and you know, you obviously there was hours of us just walking and nothing happening that obviously I didn't put in. But no, it was wonderful.
Yeah, no
and it was a
regret.
lot of fun. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode of A Look Back. Thank you very much to Dom for being here and sitting and looking back. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It's good to look back. I mean, a lot of the reasons why I create these kind of videos is to have an online memento for me, just to look back on, and obviously my friends to look back on and enjoy. So it's nice that other people enjoy watching them as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Probably not with him.